Beekeepers, it's important to establish, or at least try to know, why your honeybees are dying during the winter. It's kind of pointless. Beekeepers keep doing this. They just accept the losses and try to rebuild the following year. Wouldn't it be nice to know exactly what's going on? And then the beekeeping industry wants you to think it's the varroa mites because they want you to buy these varroa mite treatments. I had a colony that the queen was sick. I didn't video it. She died overnight. She had leg tremors the day before she died. So this is a frame. She was a laying queen. The colony got really, really small. So this is a frame. I left it out in the cold overnight to make this easier. And I'm checking every single larva or pupa for varroa mites. Okay, you check. If that colony had varroa mites, they'd be here. This was the only frame of brood. So you have to kind of establish the fact that, okay, varroa mites didn't kill your honeybees. Your honeybees didn't die off during the winter from varroa mites. So what else would it possibly be? It's already common knowledge that the honey contains all the pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides they pick up through the summer. You know, I just generally call them toxic chemicals. Okay, it's in the honey. It's already proven fact. It's in the pollen. It's proven. It's in the wax. Okay? That's why they recommend you change your frames every 3 to 5 years, but actually it depends on where you live. My frames would have to be changed every other year. When they start turning brown, that means you've had it for a while and the toxic chemicals are building up. But can you really afford to change your frames constantly? Can you afford to replace your queens every year? I mean, you guys keep spending all this amount of money. Wouldn't it be so much simpler to get rid of the toxic chemicals in our environment? I mean, really, I'm starting to realize American beekeepers are dumber than your average American. Because you guys continually do the same shit year after year after year. And you guys call it colony collapse disorder. Because that's just an excuse. I don't know what killed my bees. I do indoor bee inspections all winter long in Michigan. I'm verifying the size of my colonies. I can see my colonies die. I'm not leaving my hives outside and checking them 2 months later in the spring and finding a bunch of bees dead in my hive, all right? My bees gradually die. Like 5% of them will die constantly. You know, and after 20 days, this time of year, my bees only live 3 to 4 months at the end of February. In 20 days, if I don't add bees to these colonies, the colony's gone, okay? And the honeybee queen is also dying. It's not from virosis, the viruses they get from the varroa mites. This colony had no varroa mites. It's from the toxic chemicals killing your bees slowly, okay? They die. If they get a heavy dose, they'll die right away. They'll die in just a few hours. But if they get a slight dose that's in the honey, the pollen, and the wax, they'll die over a period of 2 or 3 months. That's why my bees only live 3 to 4 months instead of 5 to 6 months through winter. That's why I need to get them restarted as soon as possible. The longer winter is, the harder it is on my colonies. And I've noticed, as soon as it warms up and the queen starts laying, they stop dying because the queen is replacing the workers, okay? But when your queen's not laying and she's not replacing those workers, that's when the colony shrinks and the colony's going to die out. Once they get too small, if they're left out in the cold, once that colony gets too small, they're dead. You know, they can't be successful with brood. That's why I have to bring my colonies in, because they starting to get really small. And if I don't bring them in, keep them warm, they're not going to regenerate the brood to regenerate the colony, okay? It's a very simple thing. I don't know why you guys can't figure this out. Randy Oliver, he's out there in California working on varroa mites. Good for you, Randy Oliver. I'm up here in northern Michigan, up north. I'm working on trying to figure out what to do with the toxic chemicals. The only thing I can come up with is make these videos and try to spread the word out. It's toxic chemicals killing honeybees mostly. It's not the varroa mites. I can get rid of the varroa mites with acetic acid. And you guys that watch my videos need to spread it around to other beekeepers, because my videos aren't watched by a lot of people because of algorithms. Because if I use the word toxic in my video, toxic chemicals, they'll make sure not a lot of people see the video. So I don't know what else to do. All right, I'm waiting. Hopefully someday society will fall apart and there'll be no more crop farmers out around my area. I'm surrounded by crop farmers. You know, I want to have honeybees so I can have honey and barter the honey that I have, other things, and people that survive that have stuff that I need so I can trade, okay? But until I can get rid of these toxic chemicals, I'm going to have issues. And it's just a simple fact, okay? I'm hoping society falls apart. I'm hoping that the cities fall apart. I'm hoping, because I don't like the way this country runs right now. Your government's corrupt, and you Americans don't seem to understand it. Their politicians are doing nothing but stealing from you. This Ukraine war that's been going on for almost 2 years, they're just laundering money. They're telling us they need money to give to Ukraine to help Ukraine fight Russia. No, what they're doing is they're giving the money to the military-industrial complex. Ukraine will get some of it, but the majority of that money goes to the military-industrial complex. All that machinery that they give to Ukraine, that war machinery that Russia destroys, guess what? That's new orders for the military-industrial complex. You guys can't figure this stuff out. I mean, this stuff's been going on for decades. President Eisenhower, in his farewell address, warned us about the military-industrial complex, and you guys didn't listen to him, okay? Thank you.